Hey everyone, and welcome to my video where we're going to be going over how to create lists. So let's go ahead and get started. So lists allow you to do just that, create a list of items. So you can think of this as in Word, right? In Word, you could have bullet pointed list, you could have a numbered list, a Roman numeral list, those types of lists. And so you have the bullet pointed lists, which are an unordered list. There's no order to them in comparison to the ordered list, which is like numerical, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or Roman numeral or A, B, C, D, things like that. So those are the two differences between an unordered list and an ordered list. So let's get into how to create an unordered list first. So to create an unordered list, first we have to specify that by using the UL tag. UL stands for unordered list. And within the UL tag, you have list items. And within each list item, you have contents. So for instance, let's keep the theme of food going. So cake. Let's create another one here. Oranges, orange, apple, banana. So let's save this and let's open up our page. Refresh. Here you can see that we have an unordered list of cake, orange, apple, and banana. So now let's do the same thing but create an ordered list and see what happens then. Whoop, not or. OL. OL stands for ordered list. Save that. Refresh, and here you go. So you can see here that we created an ordered list and an unordered list. So there's also another type of list, which is called a description list. You write it by doing DL, which stands for description list. And within the DL, you write a DT tag, which is for the term, the description term. And let's say that I want to describe what cake is, right? I would do that, and then I would add the tag DD for the data, and then in here I would say it's good, um, it's delicious, and sometimes it's color yellow, like a yellow cake, or chocolate cake, or a white cake. So that's the data for cake. And then let's do, another term for apple. And then an apple is, red and round. And another one here, it's also delicious. Let's save this. And let's open up our page. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to refresh it, move it over. And here you can see cake. It's good, delicious, yellow, chocolate, white, and then apple is red, round, and delicious, which correlates to this. So you can actually tab these to make this more visibly friendly. So real quick, I don't want to go too much into the CSS aspects of lists, but I think it's important to go over some of them. So here we have an unordered list, and you can see that right now they're just circles, right? These things are just circles. So we can actually make them be other things. For instance, we can make it be, so we would assign it the style, and list style, and then type. So by default it's circle, but it's also pretty common to have square. You could have a square type here. So let's just refresh here, move this over, and you can see that now it's square. We can put it back to circle and refresh. We can make it be a disk. Actually, I think the disk is a default. Yeah, disk is default, circle isn't. Circle is empty inside. And then you can also define something like none, right? Like let's say that you didn't want it to show a list. And for this example, this is what you would do for for navigation, if you were to use lists as navigation. And here, there's no, it's a list, but there's still no bullet points or anything. Now there's some also crazy like other ones that you can use. Visual Studio Code, lets me select them. So you could do a decimal, you could do Armenian or this one. Let's just do this one. Save. I want to see what this looks like. And here you go. Let's do Armenian. Save. Yeah. So you can like select a from a whole bunch of them. I'm sure that Google has like a list where you can, get a bunch of list style types. It's also important to know that, a list item can contain like other elements within it. It doesn't have to be just content. So for instance, like you can have another unordered list within it. So let's say that, for a navigation system, you had this, and then let's do another list item, tea, green tea. I'm not really sure about teas. I can tell you a lot about cakes though. Tea, green tea, black tea. Yeah, sure. All right, let's just do those two. And save, refresh. You can see here that I have a list here. This is one list. And then within that list, this list item has another list within it. So, earlier I mentioned that, for navigation, you would probably want to have a list style type of none, right? So let's just do that and bring this back. So let's save that. But for navigation, you'll probably want to do like horizontal navigation instead of a vertical. And by the way, you would just create, for your navigation, you would just create something like this. Just put A tags around your text, and then, then users can navigate from one page to another. But to create horizontal navigations, what you do is change the style of this. So actually make it float. We'll learn more about this in the CSS part of the course, but you would add float left to all of the li items. Now there's an easier way to do this using CSS style tags or external style sheets. But for now, we're just going to do it inline. And in the CSS portion of this course, I'm going to go over how to create style sheets to make this look a little better. But anyway, so we would make all these float to the left, and then we would save and then refresh. And then let's actually put a VR tag here. And then you can see here that I have my navigation. And then we would add some, some padding around here. So like we can add padding here. We would do something like padding 10 pixels. And you would add, so now there's like a 10 pixel up, down, so top, bottom, left, and right. There's 10 pixel padding around here. And then you would do, the same thing for these other ones when you create the tags for them as well. So So now you can see that there's some padding between them, and it's more looking like a horizontal navigation. Now let's say that you wanted to give it, a little background. So you could do that by saying background color black. Let's refresh, but it's not going to actually set it unless we do overflow hidden. And that's how you set the color. But let's set the color of our text here to white. We actually have to set the color of the links in here. And let's say you don't want the underlines, right? You would set the text decoration to none. There you go. And you'll actually notice that our padding here on the bottom and top kind of went away. So what we could do here is assign all these display block type, save, refresh, and here you can see that our padding kind of came back. So again, this is kind of like messy, but there's a easier way to do this using CSS. So just like how we gave the unordered list, specific images like a circle or a disk or a square, we can do the same thing for an ordered list. Now, for an ordered list, it's a little different. So for an ordered list, you would give it the attribute of type. You would assign one of these options. So right now, the default is 1 of type. So here you can see if I set it to 1, click here and refresh, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's numerical, right? I can also give it A and save. And now it changed to A, B, C, D. And, the same thing if I do the little a, lowercase a, this happens. You can do, and then, I or lowercase I. So there's all of these options, and, the same thing applies. You can have nested lists inside of these li elements, or nested any other type of element inside of these li elements. It doesn't have to be just text, and it can be like an unordered list, an ordered list. It doesn't matter. So let's refresh that. So here you can see it's Roman numerals. And let's say that you wanted this to start. I'll use, instead of the numerals, I'll use numbers, right? Let's say you wanted this to start at a different number. You would specify that by using the start attribute, and let's say that you wanted it to start at 101. Then you would refresh, and then it would load it like that. So anyway, I hope this lesson about lists helped you. If it did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, everyone. Thanks. Have a good day.